Oh God, why, God? Why was I acting like that? Oh yeah, stay tuned and find out. Hey guys, it's Darrien. Welcome to YouThe Church, and this is one of my first videos back after a 2-month break. And after I've turned over this new leaf in my life, see what I did there? This is a fall video. See, yeah, we got the pumpkin spice spray out. So in this video, we're talking about the hurricane. And you know, there's a lot of negativity when it came to this hurricane. There was a lot of scary things going around when it was coming our way. And I was on vacation at this time in Florida. Now, Florida is where it was going to be directly hit. And it was pretty scary. And a lot of people back home here were like, dude, you better get out of there or you're gonna get yourself killed. And here I am, I'm enjoying my vacation, everything was great. Now, the whole time I was thinking about, like, the people who aren't enjoying their lives and sin and everything, and they're just like, they're living their lives, and all of a sudden Jesus comes back, or they die unexpectedly, and then there's no chance for them. But I knew that wasn't gonna happen to us, right? And I'm still here, so it didn't. Thank you, Jesus. But it really put a lot of thought into those who are living foolishly, and possibly me too. But that's not what this video is about. This is a video about how I was able to find some positivity in this whole bad situation of a hurricane. So we were in Walt Disney World, and I am not advertising you, Disney, but you're awesome because you did a great job of taking care of all of your guests for this hurricane. It was a scary time. The Hurricane I was coming right for us, guys. And I slept through it. I slept through the worst part of it, and I missed it. But God gave me a peace about it. But that's also not what this video is about. I'm super hyper today. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna start from where it all happened. So the hurricane had already ripped through the islands and caused many people to be killed, and some islands to be completely destroyed. Now my heart really was so upset and so just hurting for these people who've lost everything. And here I am in the happiest place on earth, and I'm being well taken care of, and I'm having a great vacation, and people are losing their lives. But yet the hurricane is still coming towards us. There's still a possibility that this could be a bad vacation. So the hurricane is coming closer and people are getting prepared for it. We're getting words around the resorts and around the parks and everything of when it's gonna close, you know, how they're gonna take care of their guests, what's gonna happen, how many days are we gonna be in our room for. So we're stocking up on pizza and food, and it's just a lot of people are stressing out about this. They think it's gonna be really bad, and people back home are even worse because the news out there is telling us that it's gonna be a Category 5, that it's gonna wreck everything, there's not even gonna be a Florida left. And everything was okay. That day, when it's coming through, when it's hitting everybody, everybody got out safely. The hurricane went down from a Category 3 to when it hit around Orlando area, Category 2 or 1. God protected us. He protected me. And let me just tell you, only 6 people lost their lives. What's so significant about that? That's not good, right? Well, let me tell you why they lost their lives. They lost their lives because they were foolish. Because they didn't listen to the people who said, don't go out on those streets. It is dangerous. There's not even going to be police officers out. We're not making them because it is so dangerous out there that if you go out on the streets, your life is in your hands. Well, they did, and 6 stupid people lost their lives. But the awesome thing about this is that in Florida, just in Florida at least, only 6 people lost their lives, and it was due to their stupidity. Nobody else did. Now, they might have lost everything, but yet they didn't lose their lives. So I found a big lesson in there that even though God might take things away from us, that He might even take people out of our lives, or there might be death around us. He might be doing that to get our attention, to show us, to take everything away from us, and to see our need for Him. Some people, they just They just need that. Everything needs to be taken away in order for them to see how much they need salvation in Jesus. So that's one major lesson that I found out through all of this. But yeah, it's that night, we're sitting in the hotel room, the winds are picking up. It got to about 90 miles per hour, which is a big deal, but still nothing that I haven't been through already up here where I live. So I fall asleep right around 1 o'clock at night when the thing is happening. It's coming right through us, and I didn't get to experience it. But I woke up the next morning, and here I am. Everything was okay.
I'm sorry.
This is my sister Hallie. She made it through as well. We didn't lose power once. And I know a lot of people have lost power. So the fact that we didn't lose power was amazing. And like I said, kudos to Disney for keeping everything going and for taking really good care of us. They actually had entertainment going on in the lobby of the hotel, which was awesome. Like, we had stuff to do up until we had a curfew. And let me also tell you, the curfew was only till 7:30 on Sunday till Monday at 12 o'clock in the morning. Like, that wasn't very long, and we were sitting here planning, stocking up food for like 2 days of being stuck in the room. And we didn't even get that. God really blessed us, and we're thankful for Disney and for keeping us safe too, because they did a really good job with that. So this whole entertainment thing is the next part of the story, because that is where the big climax of the story of the hurricane that I want to encourage you with happened. Because while we were there, and we had the game room, it was on unlimited play, so we can play video games and arcade games all night if we wanted to, and all that day. We were in the main lobby, and I'm coming in the main lobby, and I see this really pretty girl. I'm not gonna lie, she was pretty. I was thinking about her all night, and then, you know, obviously the hurricane came, so my mind was a little distracted. But the next morning I come out and I'm like, where is she? Yo, where is she? Where's this girl? And I was only thinking about that. But I was also kind of fighting myself there, because it's like, you know, people have lost everything. And here I am, I'm tripping over my own desires and my own idols in my life. And I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated with myself. And not only was I frustrated, but, you know, I was feeling like I wasn't doing anything. Like, I was just being idle. I didn't want to say anything like, oh, I'm so sorry, God bless you, stay safe. Like, I was even afraid to do that. Wish people, like, safety. I was just feeling beat down. Like, really beat down. And I came out the next day after the curfew on Monday around 12:30. I just came back to resort after I ate, and I was just like, and let me show you what I was like. Oh God, why can I stop thinking about this? Why, God? Get this out of my mind. Like, people are hurting out there. God, I know your word is up here, but it needs to get in here in my heart. Stop it! Okay, maybe it wasn't that dramatic. I was very discouraged. And I was laying in bed like this, just saying like, ugh, God, like, there's a world out there, and I'm sitting here, I'm crippled. Like, I don't feel like I can do anything. I don't feel like I can say anything or help anybody. I'm just here in the happiest, luxurious place on earth, and everybody else is suffering around me. I'm just in the safe zone. God, why am I here? What do you want me to do? I was like, there's a world out there, and you don't want me to be trapped in this room. You want me to be out there helping, serving. So God, I'm going to head back out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to head back out. I'm going to leave this room. And I'm going to try to see an opportunity where I just might be able to help somebody. And then I slip on headphones. Okay, I at least need to get my mind on godly things. So I walk out of the room. I start walking around the resort, because it's a big resort and we can walk around. We can't go to the parks or any other resorts because that curfew was not lifted. So I had to walk around the resort, and it was a beautiful day out. It's like the hurricane just wiped away all the bad weather for the rest of the trip even. And I was walking around listening to a sermon, and I just noticed that there is this woman who is carrying one of those coolers. and it was all painted on the side with like Disney scenes on it, whatever. And I just walked by and I just stopped dead in my tracks, and I was like, ma'am, do you need help with that? And that's when everything changed. That's when God himself presented this situation where I had to choose to say, can I help you? Will I do it? Yes, I did. And I said, ma'am, can I help you with that? She was like, yeah, it's actually kind of really heavy. And I was like, I'd love to help you. So I take off my headphones, I grab the other side, and we walk to her car. Now I can imagine that's gotta be a little bit uncomfortable, but I could tell that, you know, she really needed help. It was really heavy. So I helped her to the car. We got into some conversation. I asked her how long she had been there, why she was staying there. She said that she was staying at the resort because, you know, she lived close by and she wanted to seek refuge because Disney was the safest and happiest place to be at that time. So I helped her carry it back, and we walked back, and I just simply said, you're welcome, God bless you. And that was it. That was my one opportunity to help somebody, and I took it, and I was happy about it. And then the headphones went back on. The world was blocked out, everything was good, my heart was happy. And then I go get a drink at the lobby and the food court, get some Gatorade, and then I head back out. After a few more rounds, just walking around, I get to a crossroads. Now, there is this one section, it's almost like an island. It's actually called Old Man Island. And that's where the pool is located, and everything else is connected to this island by bridges that go out. And I just happen to go over the one bridge. Now, you can go right, which leads right to the food court, or you can go left, which really leads to nothing. And something in me was like, why don't you just take the long way this time? There might be something this way that you need to see, or maybe there's some damage or some people that you can thank for cleaning up. You know, some cast members that you can just say, hey, good job, and stuff like that, or thank you for keeping us safe. And I did that to very many cast members that I walked by. So that's, you know, that's all I was looking for, just to say thank you for all that you do. So I go down the left path, the least likely path that I should have gone down. And I'm walking down, listening. I know exactly what song I was listening to. And I look, and I see people cleaning up. I was like, great. But then I noticed that they weren't Disney cast members. They were just normal people, guests at the resort. I just go to this lady, one of the ladies that is helping, and I just say, hey, are you a cast member here? And she's like, no. I was like, and you're helping? She's like, yeah. I was like, can I help you? And she's like, oh, sure, just ask a cast member. We got some gloves and stuff. Yeah, you can help out. Like, so nonchalantly. And I'm here like, yes! So I have my headphones and everything, so I run back to the food court where my family is. I drop my headphones off. I'm like, bye. I come back, and I ask, you know, one of the other guys that's helping, and I say, can I help you? You know what he tells me? No. We got it. We're good. We don't need any help. So I was like, alright, cool. No problem. So I lost my opportunity to help. But if you really want to help, then go ask a cast member, and maybe he'll give you some stuff to help out. So then I go ask a cast member, and I ask him, and I say, hey, do you guys need any help? He's like, I'll get to you in a minute. I'll let you know. I'll be right back. He comes back, and he comes back with gloves and a bag, and he's like, don't do anything stupid, just be safe, don't go into the water, don't go close to the water, and thank you. Yes! I have my opportunity, I'm gonna be able to help out. Yay! So immediately I go over where the family is, and I'm like, they sent me back to you, I'm gonna help out. Immediately we start working, we start getting all the debris, and let me just tell you, there was a lot of debris damage. It's like down trees and branches and little pine needles that had fallen off. And we did a lot of work, but not as much as they did. Check this out. They were working since 10:30 in the morning. Do you know when the curfew was lifted? 12. So they risked coming out of their room to help these people who, it's their job to clean up, it's their job to keep order, but they chose from 10:30 in the morning all the way until 2 o'clock when I started helping. So that was a long time that they chose to help. And I'm starting to think, wow, that's a long time to help. Who would do that? So I start talking to one of the 13-year-old boys that was helping them out. I kind of discerned quickly that they were a family. So I asked, one of the kids, I was like, how do you get off of school for this kind of thing? He's like, oh, I'm homeschooled. I was like, really? I was homeschooled my whole life. It's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, all my sisters were homeschooled. I was like, who's your sisters? And he introduced me to his sisters. And eventually the question came up, are you a Christian? Do you go to church? His whole family's a Christian. Wow, it's like, how can this be? A few minutes ago, I was just like, this is so annoying, we're gonna flip tables. And now here I am helping out someone, and they ended up being Christians, homeschoolers, and they like a lot of the same things that I do. What are the odds? What a coincidence. But really, honestly, it's not. It was not a coincidence. God arranged this whole thing, and I was the one that was getting frustrated about it, but he knew. But honestly, if I was never frustrated, and if I was never challenged to step out in faith, step out of that room, get out of the comfortable, and step out, get into that world where it might be scary, you might feel like you're not impacting it enough, or you feel like you are too small to impact it. But I was able to make that choice, make that step in faith. And I walked out and I was able to help people, and I found mutuals, I found Christians who I was able to work alongside. I can't tell you, I didn't smile that whole vacation more than I smiled when I was helping those people. We got a lot of good work done, and let me tell you, helping people, and especially in the Christian way, is contagious. We had tons of people who weren't cast members helping us out, and we had the cast members backing us up. It turns out that the cast member that I asked that if I could help the family ended up being someone who they knew, someone who they actually called their Disney adopted son. It's maddening to see all the details behind this, and yet there's still a little bit that I'm not sharing with you guys. This is private between me and God. I was thinking about other things. God had one mission for me, and if I had never been struggling with that, I would have never been challenged and trusted God to step out in faith and be at the right place, go to the right direction, to the left, not the right, to go in the exactly right path that I was supposed to be on. That is God. That is all God. And if you don't see that, if you don't see that there is a higher power that worked out the situation, and this is a true story, I just don't know. There has to be a higher power behind all this. And I believe it's God. It is Jesus Christ. It says in the Word of God that all things work together for those who love God and are called according to His purposes. I love God, but am I willing to step up to the calling that He has on my life? Are you willing to step out in faith where you feel like it's scary and you don't want to leave your room, but yet you feel God tugging on your heart and you're ready? You're just going to take that first step and walk out of your room. And then you're just going to keep going. And even if you have, God's Word going in your ears, that's even better because you got that to think about. If you're going out, you're stepping out in faith, and you got the Word behind you, you got friends who love you that are behind you, and you got a faith that is driving you forward, man, I can't even tell you the beautiful things that God's going to do with your life that don't make sense aside from Him. So trust God, step out in faith, step out of your rooms, and trust God with the plan that He has for your life. But it takes you to step out, and I can't stress that enough. You can do it. God is our strength. And for those who love God and are called to according to His purposes, all things, not just some things, all things work together and worked out for good for me, and they will for you too. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was exciting and also informative to see that God does work, that God is still at work in people like me who are struggling, and people who actually do have that genuine faith, who are willing to help out even when it was inconvenient, and even when they were in the most luxurious place in the world, and you know that they had everything that they could ever wanted, and the cast members could have taken care of it. They took the responsibility to themselves to do that. And I want to be more like that, and they inspired me to be more like that. So if there's a person in your life that is like that, or maybe it's me, I don't care who it is. I just want you to be able to follow their example, their good godly example, and help out even when it's uncomfortable. So do that. I challenge you to do that. Thank you for watching this video, and expect more videos like this for YouThe Church. Now I'm Darrien, God bless you, I love you, and take care. Bye now.